just here to do as we please. We're here to manage the resources that God has given to us, that we're surrounded by. Yes, the world has been given to us for our own pleasure, but to also manage it as stewards. To also manage it as stewards. And I'm going to explain everything and how to act as a good steward, because all of us, you're supposed to be a steward of the blessings that God has given you. And I'll also explain why. So let me know if you're ready to jump into today's training with me. Let me know. After today's training, you're going to quit playing with the resources or the blessings that God has given you after today's training. So let me know if you're ready to jump into today's training with me. Are we ready? 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 Amazing, 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 amazing. So every time you hear people say things like, oh, the things I prayed for, I finally have them. You see someone who has been praying to God for maybe some money to be able to start up their fashion business. And then eventually they have the money, they set up the fashion business. You see somebody who has been praying to God, oh God, please, let me be able to save up towards my La Buena Vida business. Please bring a destiny helper, blah, 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 blah. And eventually they were able to save up. So it's fair to say that the things you prayed for, you now have them, okay? It's fair to say, because at every level, the only thing now is that at every level, people are always wanting more. So you forget that this current thing that you have right now, you once prayed for it. The result that you have right now, you once prayed for it. And the problem is not even whether you are aiming for more, because as children of God, we're not here to settle. That's what I believe as well. I don't believe we're here to settle. I don't believe that if you achieve one thing, you should settle in it. Yes, should you be happy? Should you be content and everything? Yes, contentment doesn't mean that you're settling. Contentment means that, okay, this thing I have, I'm happy with it. I'm not going to envy another person. I'm happy with it while you are still thriving for more. That's what contentment means. Not that you just settle, oh, this is it. You just, die with it. No, that's not what it means. Okay. So the sad thing is not that we're wanting more. The sad thing is that people get that thing that they've been praying for. But the problem now is, are you a good steward? Do you manage that thing very well? Now look at this, okay? So what is stewardship? The definition of stewardship is the management of something entrusted in one's care. A steward is an overseer, a manager or caretaker for someone or something. Let me say it again. What is this? What is stewardship? The definition of stewardship is the management of something entrusted in one's care. A steward is an overseer, a manager, or a caretaker for someone or something. But Ambassador Didi, it is my own business. Why are we talking about stewardship? If stewardship is managing someone else's business, someone else's resources, blah, 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 blah. I'm not a manager now. It is my own business now, Ambassador Didi. So why are we learning about stewardship? You may say that my business belongs to me. But according to Psalm 24, verse 1, the earth and everything in it belongs to the Lord. The world and its people belong to him. Every single thing on earth, none of them is ours. Your talents, your treasures, every single thing that you think belongs to you, none of them are yours. None. So based on this scripture, your business belongs to God. Therefore, you are a steward managing his business. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying so far. If you understand, go to the chat section and say, I understand. Are you following me closely? People are not answering me today. You're not answering me today. You're not answering me. You're not answering me. I'm not feeling the vibe in today's session. Do you understand what I just said? Based on this scripture, your business belongs to God. Therefore, you are a steward managing his business. Don't worry, Muslims, I'm getting to your own side too. Don't worry. I know some of you say, oh, why is it that they're always quoting scriptures? Why is it? Unfortunately, I'm not a Muslim. I'm sorry, I won't say unfortunately, because I mean, I'm happy to be a Christian, same way you're happy to be a Muslim, okay? But I can only use these principles. I'm not even a professional I'm not a pastor. I'm not a professional at using the, or understanding the Bible principles and all that, but I try small. And I know that there are so many lessons in the Quran, so many lessons, so many life principles in the Quran, so many life principles in the Bible. And I try to use them, to go through this journey. Because the honest truth is, the only way you can understand it is if you understand spiritual principles. That's the only way. So based on this scripture, your business belongs to God. Therefore, you are a steward managing his business. You're not managing Ambassador Didi's business. You're not managing your own business. It is God's business. He has blessed you with the talents, the time and treasures that you need to properly manage that which you are responsible for. That which you are responsible for. So the purpose of stewardship is the expansion of the kingdom and glory of God. That is the purpose of stewardship. To manage, for the expansion, not just to manage, for the expansion. So whatever it is you've been given, you are to return to God what you've been given with increase. Everything, what we've been put here to not just come in and just be existing, but to come in, to multiply, expand. So whatever you are bringing, whatever God has given you, it must come back to him with what? With increase. With increase. So this part said, and the Lord said, who then is that faithful and wise steward, whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household, to give them their portion of meat in due time, in due season? If you are not faithful, if God doesn't see you as a wise steward, if God doesn't see you as a steward, someone that can manage his resources, I'm sorry, he cannot make you a ruler over anything. He cannot make you a man. He cannot put you at top levels. He can't sit, he can't put you in positions where you manage at a big level. No, it's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. And you will not be given your portion in due season, of the meat in due season. It's not possible. Let's talk about characteristics of a good steward. What makes a good steward? So you begin to ask because the truth is this, because you see people, they are wondering, why is it that every time people come into my team, they leave? Why is it that every time I'm always struggling to build a team? I've been struggling to build a team, struggling to build a team. It is God that blesses. It's not man that blesses. It is God that blesses. So you need to understand these principles. It is God that blesses. I wish, because God sees the intention. So I don't see the intentions. I don't see your hearts. It is God that sees your hearts and says, no, this guy's heart is not pure, so I cannot bless this person. For me, I may just see your face. Oh, your face is fine. You're smiling. I'm happy with you. Oh, yeah, take blessing. Boy, if it's left to me, now just shower, I'll just be showering blessings here and there. But it's not left to me. So, because I don't see intentions, I don't see your heart. But my genuine prayer for every single person in my team, and this is honest, as in, has nothing to do with whether I want to make money or not. That is the truth. That is the honest truth. This is me being very honest with every single one of you. My honest prayer for every single soul in my team, not just my team, in C21 FG structure, is that everybody makes money from this business. That is my honest prayer. So if I see something that has the potential to stifle the results that you've been praying for, if I see anything that has the potential to affect all your hard work, you're putting in the hard work, but you're not getting results, it is my duty as a leader to the team, as someone God has blessed or placed this team in my hands, because I don't believe it's my hard work. I see myself as a good steward, as a steward, managing God's resources, managing the people under my care. That is what I see. So it's my duty to bring it to you. Anything I see that may be affecting you. So you see, sometimes you see people, they are working so hard, they are killing themselves. Ambassador Michael Coley did a similar training to this. You see someone killing themselves. They are working so hard. And someone comes into the business, the person is not even working so hard, but they are making so much money. They're not even putting in so much hard work, but they are making so much money. Why is that? Why is that? It's not like they are not working. No, they are working. Don't get me wrong, because there's no, you must give God something to work with. God doesn't bless lazy hands. We'll get there. We'll get there. So why? Why? A and B. B goes out to share questionnaire, killing himself on the street, killing himself, sharing. At the end of the day, comes out with 70 questionnaires. And C goes out, shares about 30, and comes back. Both of them make calls. A that did not even share much. So I hope I'm not mixing the two. A is the one that shared 30. B is the one that shared 70. So A comes back, makes his calls. People come, and he gets 1 or 2 signups. B makes his calls, blah, 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 blah. Nobody signs up. In fact, nobody even showed up. Why? Sometimes there are things that happen to us that you can't just use natural eyes to see them. There are things that affect our results that you may not be able to use natural. They are not things you can just say. You cannot just say, oh, it's because he did not really make the call well. That may not be the reason. Or he went out to share questionnaires, and that's how the world works. Sorry, I mean, I'm not, when you create your own world, sometimes I used to ask questions, why? Why is it that bad things happen to good people? Why? I'm sorry, I'm not God. When you create your own world, you can ask those questions. So it's how this, these things work. So what are the characteristics of a good steward? So it's little things. You may just be there killing yourself. You don't know that there are some things you're just missing out on. A good steward, recognizes their role and their responsibility. You've joined La Buena Vida. Some of you don't even know the meaning of La Buena Vida. What is the meaning of La Buena Vida? Let's catch them. Type La Buena Vida. In fact, type it. Don't even tell me the meaning, because everybody knows the meaning, the good life. Type La Buena Vida. You see the different spellings that will come up now. Type La Buena Vida. Type La Buena Vida. Let me see it. They are now doing it. Copy and paste. You see, somebody said La Buena. You don't know it's different. You don't know it's different. You don't know that La Buena Vida. So it's not La Buena. So it's not like it's together. But anyway, at least you tried. Some people write La Buena. Some people write La Bena. Okay. A good steward recognizes their role and responsibility. You've joined La Buena Vida, B. You've joined the team. That's why you're not a steward if you're always whining. The leaders, they are not starting, you're not seeing it as your own business. How do you want to make money? You see some people send messages like, please, can you people find a way to, I don't like the way you people are always, you're not seeing it as your business. If you see a steward, someone that sees it as their own business, as their own responsibility as well, you see the way that they talk, can we, not can you people. And you expect to make money from their business that is not your own too. That is not your own, that you've not been entrusted, that has not been entrusted in your own hand. They recognize their role and responsibility. Number one, as a good steward. They don't wander aimlessly without a sense of purpose. They're not coming in to get lucky. They're not hoping to get lucky. They take their job as a manager of the mission seriously. One of the things I tell people is, if you fight man, right, you are safe. If you have connections in high places, somebody will come and save you, Abi. I hope everybody's following me. Let's say I'm fighting with Boss Mike now, for example. I'm fighting with him. But I know Ed Kabatong, right? And I know Ed Kabatong personally. Maybe me and him we have our personal relationship, the same way I have my own personal relationship with Boss Mike. So when I vex Boss Mike and he's not happy with me, I can run to Ed Kabatong. Abi? I can do that, Abi. I can run to the Dr. Ed Kabatong, right? But when you fight, when God is fighting you, please, who do you go to? When God is fighting you, please, who do you go to? I want you people to answer me. Who do you run to? Or you people are not answering me. Who do you run to? If God is fighting you, who do you run to? So said, nah, still God, though. last, nah, still God. Do with me as you please. They take their job as a manager of the mission. The main word there, mission. Because you've been sent on a mission. to handle the business of God. It's not your own business. Everything you have been given. Oh, what I prayed for, I now have it. How are you handling it? There's this thing I used to say, the way you show gratitude to God is not just to be saying, oh, thank you, God, for your blessing. It's not the thank you that he really cares about. Do you understand? It's how are you managing the thing you've prayed for? The thing I've given you. Don't just tell me thank you. How are you managing it? How are you managing it? They don't need reminders. They take their job personally. How do you remind a good steward of his duty? It's not possible. And unless you're adding to the responsibility. That's the only thing. Okay, so now, this is your responsibility, so I'm adding this. So oversee this one. You've been overseeing the left, oversee the right as well. That is the only thing they need. Don't come and be reminding them, do you remember to oversee this today? No, a good steward doesn't need reminders. They see that, this is my father's business. I'm taking it personally. It's my father's business. God has blessed me. I'm here on a mission. I'm here on a mission. Imagine that a company that your father, I'm talking about your earthly father now. I'm not even talking about your heavenly father. Imagine a business that your earthly father had been building. And eventually maybe he retires or something happens or whatever, or maybe he travels or something and leaves that business in your care. Think about how personal you're going to take it. You're seeing it as my business. You're not seeing it as their business. If you walk in and see the secretary talking to, maybe a potential client anyhow, you see the secretary being so rude. Are you going to come in and are you going to just pass the secretary? Is that what you're going to do? No, you won't. You will want that secretary because now this is your business. You're a steward over that business. It's your business. It's your father's business. You're saying that your father's business, but you have your own, you have your own sense of ownership as well. Number 2, a good steward realizes that every single thing belongs to God. We've established this already. Do you understand that everything has been entrusted to them? Is on loan from God, and they hold all things seriously. That's why I feel so bad when people come into this business and they treat it as they please. I don't know why you saw the opportunity and you felt like you should be part of it. I don't know why. And I see people who stay in the business and the way that they handle the business. And you're wondering why you've not become the next Ambassador Ronke, the next Ambassador Michael Okoli. It's not possible. Because you're not treating it as the father's business. You're not treating it that way. Number 3, a good stewards are diligent and proactive. They're diligent and proactive. The worst leader to work with is a leader that is not proactive. And the worst downline to have is a downline that is not diligent and proactive. That's the truth. That's one of they will stress the living hell out of you. That is why you see, it's not like leaders want to give up on anybody. That's the honest truth. Personally, I don't want to give up on anybody. But the mental stress of working with somebody that is always whining, complaining, you would just rather leave that person. Let the person do it as they please. Don't stress yourself. But every leader is happy to work with people that are diligent and proactive. So who's a good steward? They are diligent and proactive. They don't wait until they feel like doing something. Feelings are fleeting. They come and go. Anybody that handles their business based on feelings, please, I beg of you, run from such persons. You don't need to associate with such persons. You don't need to have anything to do with such persons. They don't wait until they feel like doing something. In the parable of talents, for those of you that know that part of the Bible, I'm just going to summarize it for the Muslims here, okay? Jesus used it as one of, I know some of you know that he used the parables a lot in the Bible. He used parables a lot to give hidden meanings. It's only if you're smart, if you're wise, you'll be able to denote or tell the meaning of such parables. And for me, I've been able to see how these parables can be put in several things. You can put it in several situations and make meanings out of several situations. So in the parable of talents, a master was traveling and then handed over different talents to 3 people. So one of them, and talent I hear now is so much money. We're talking about millions of dollars right now. Yes, we're talking about millions of dollars. So some of you that think, oh, talent is just, we're talking about millions of dollars. Yes. So to one, he gave 5, another he gave 3, another he gave 1. So he traveled. He actually did not really give instructions, because I've looked at that part of the Bible. I've looked. I didn't see where the master said, take this, multiply, take this, multiply, take this one, multiply. Please, people should answer me. Christians in the house, did you see any part of the Bible where instructions were given to those people, to the 3 of them, were instructions given on multiplication or what they should do? No instruction was given, no instruction. So that's why some people have argued that why was the last guy punished? Anyway, before I even get there, let me still continue with the explanation for the Muslims that are here. Okay, so the man travels, and then when eventually he comes back, this is me just summarizing it, okay? When he comes back, the one he gave 5 says back, gives back to him double of what he had given. So that's 10. The one he gave 3 gives him back double, which is that's 6. And the one he gave 1 was scared. His excuse is that, oh, the master is very wicked. So if he had misused it, the master was going where he eats where he has not sown, he blah, 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 blah. So he's so scared of him. So he just carried that 1 talent that he was given and he buried it. So when the master came back, he rewards the first one, rewards the second, in fact, he took the one from the one that had, he took that one that he gave the person with the least, carried that one he gave him and gave to, the first person. And the punishment on the first person, on the last person, I mean, it was as if he killed somebody. So some people might say, what did he do? Instructions were given. He was not told to do anything. It's just like me now. That's the honest truth. If Boss Mike comes down to the office and says, Didi, I'm traveling, take this 5 million, keep it. What I'll think of is, okay, let me just go and keep it safe in the bank, because I cannot keep, or take this 10 million, keep it. I'll just be thinking, where will I keep it so it's safe? Obviously, the bank. This man, the master was so angry with him. The treatment this guy received. Where was he thrown, please? Those of you in the chat session, please answer me. Where was he thrown? So that the Muslims will hear where he was thrown. As in, some people think the punishment was crazy now. Haba. Where was he thrown? And where there was what? Where he was thrown was where there was what? Please answer immediately. Oh, you people are not answering me now. Am I the only Christian in this house? Am I the only Christian in this meeting? Where there was what? Gnashing of what? Teeth. He was called wicked. There's no name that the master did not call him that day. Wicked, lazy. There's no name he was not called. For someone that instructions were not given, as good stewards, you see something, you will not say, I'm not the one that kept it there. That part of the Bible is scary. I'm not going to lie to you. It's scary. If I see something going wrong in my father's house, I don't say, I'm not the one that kept it there. It is my business. The same punishment that will be meted on the person that threw it away or dropped it is still the same punishment that will be given to me that saw it and ignored. Do we understand? No instructions were given. But the other 2 were so proactive. They were so proactive. What activities should you be engaging in daily? What activities? You're waiting for your upline to tell you what to do. They did not tell me. They did not tell me. You're waiting to be told what to do. Your leader even now reminds you, okay, this is what you're supposed to be doing. You still want a reminder. You want a reminder as the Oba of Lagos that you are now. We should be reminding you, President of Nigeria, every single time, reminder, they call. Some of you, when you feel like that's when you enter the cell meeting, when you feel like you just enter the cell meeting, when you feel like, let's clap for you, always coming late. What activity should you be engaging in daily? The business has already said, if you're not doing income producing activities daily in sufficient quantity, you will not get the results. Are you a good steward? Are you a good steward of the Father's business? Number 4, a good steward is skillful. Do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings. He will not stand before obscure men. I'm the one that brought out that meaning, unknown. That's the meaning of obscure, unknown. Maybe the theme of this year is emerge, where you'll be seen, where you'll be known, where you'll be audible. If you are not skillful in your work, you will not stand before kings. You will stand among people that are unknown. Nobody's hearing about their name. They call your name. Who is that one? Who is she? Like, please, they don't know you. They don't know about your existence. A good steward is skillful. Alas, the boy who was left in the wilderness to tender to the family's flock was noticed. His CV clearly reflects the obedience and skills he perfected during his time in the wilderness. No matter where you are, you'll be noticed when the time comes. You know why you'll be noticed when the time comes? Because who blesses? Who's the one that blesses? I know you guys know who this part is talking about. Who are we talking about? 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 Who are we talking about now? This thing that we just read, who are we talking about? Thank you so much, David. It's David we're talking about. You guys know where he was among his brothers. Nobody, you know, I know some of you have that sibling. I actually have that sibling in my house. They'll just say, come on, maybe we're gisting. We'll just tell you, come on, you're not part of this gist. My younger brother, but now he's grown. He's like, in fact, he's even always part of the gist. But when we're very small, when he was very small and we're like way above him, I'm like, how many years older than himself? I think 7 or so. So when we're gisting, and my elder brother is like 5 years older than me. So when we're gisting, we just tell him, come on, leave this gist. Him and my little sister, come on, leave this place. That's what we used to tell them. So if my mom says do something, me, I'll send the thing. Let me say my mom said, oh, go and cook this. If I don't really feel like it, I'll give it to my younger siblings. They'll go and do it. So David was like that kind of person. He's the one doing the dirty jobs. He's the one, come on, they left him there. That's where he was. So do you know why you will always be noticed, whether you are walking in the wilderness or you are walking on the stage? Do you know why you will always be seen? Can someone answer me? Can someone answer me? Can someone answer me? The best answer will get 10,000 naira from me. Can someone answer me? The best answer will get 10,000 naira from me. No matter where you are, you'll be noticed when the time comes. Do you know why? Someone said results. Absolutely not. Because you're working? No. Because you're skillful? No. Hard work? No. My 10,000 is going. Because you're a good steward? No. When you are impactful? No. Someone said because God is with me? No. Okay, for lack of time, I'll just answer. I'm not seeing the answer. Someone said because you're destined? No. Let me answer you. Because God sees. You remember at the beginning, I already explained this, but some of you caught it, some of you did not catch it. Remember they say some things are taught, some things are caught. When I was preparing this, a lot of things, I was just catching a lot of things. Remember at the earlier stage, I mentioned that I cannot, as much as I really would love to bless my team, I would really, if I was God, unfortunately, I'm not God, but if I had the opportunity, I would just be sprinkling blessings here and there. But I am not God. God is only God that blesses. God chooses whom he will bless. He blesses whom he chooses. Abi? Good. And he sees intentions. He sees your heart. I don't see that. That's why you see people say things like, oh, can you imagine my friend stabbed me on the back? God would see that. I wouldn't see it. To someone else, God would call that person a friend. To someone else, God would call that person a foe. Do you understand? So he chooses who he blesses. And he sees what I do not see. So David might have been in the wilderness, but God sees him from anywhere, anyhow. God will see him and sees his heart. So if he was in the wilderness, tending to the sheep and all that, and he was always grumbling, can you imagine my other brother? From the way they talked about how David managed stuff, yeah, it was as if he was happy doing it. As in fact, every time he had to take care of, the sheep and everything, it's as if he was so happy doing it, the way that they talk about it. So no matter where you are, keep doing what you're doing diligently, skillfully, proactively. You'll be seen. It's just a matter of time. Some of you, you sow, you bring it out, you keep checking why Where is the result? You keep checking, keep checking, keep checking. Why have I not been blessed? Number 5, a good steward is devoted, loyal, and faithful. Faithfulness is a necessary quality to possess as a steward. Faithfulness, and I'm going to explain it, but let me ask a question. Men, this question is for you. Can you entrust your home in the hands of a wayward wife? You know that this wife today, they are no longer in your house. You look for them. Junior, where is your mother? Junior, where is your mother? Mommy is not in the house. She did not tell you where she's going to. Mommy is not in the house. And then she returns by 6 p.m. She returns by 12 in the night. Honey, where did you go to? See, please don't stress me, please. Today was such a stressful day for me. Please. And then their gist, whenever you talk to some people, they are telling you maybe their gist about what they did with your wife. Their gist about what they did with your wife. Can you entrust your home in the hands of a wayward woman? Someone say capital no. I've not even asked the question. People are already shouting no. It's as if they all even want to slap me with the no. Can you entrust your home with a wayward woman? No man can entrust his home in the hands of a wayward woman. So how do you want God to entrust his business in the hands of a wayward son? You have 2 sons. You have just 2 sons. You're about to die. One son has been doing a flayful, sleeping with women, doing anyhow. Man, anything you give him, every time you give him, my son, take this 1 million, start up something, money gone. He has used it to sleep with women, dash women, do loud spending in the club. They are calling him Baba, hey, spending money. And you have this other son. Every time you give him, give him 1. Sets up a business, he's doing well, he's married with kids, while the other one is still doing a full. One woman today, another woman tomorrow. You see different, in fact, you've seen the most women in your life because of your son. All different size, different shape and everything. So when you're about to die, please, which son would you entrust your business to? Which son would you entrust your business? Of course, the one that had been diligent, devoted, loyal, faithful, not the one that is wayward. Nobody entrusts the business to in the hands of a wayward son or daughter. Nobody does that. When am I going to enter my next level? When am I going to enter my next level? In fact, I'm leaving. Wayward, always jumping from one business to the other. Wayward. You never take one thing. So you want God to now bless you in the next one. So that when he entrusts you with 1 or 2 things, when you are tired, you move again. No, now. No, it doesn't work that way. Sorry, that's not how God blesses. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't let me come in. Let me see, let me get a team. When I now get the team, I'll now leave. I'll now leave the business. So who will now manage that team? Even if you're a part-timer, you can still be devoted, loyal, faithful to your business. You can. Moreover, it is required in stewards that a man be found faithful. Being persistent and dependable is viewed as being faithful. You must be dependable. You must be seen as persistent. Not that you try. Some of you, 1 month after joining, are already tired. Some of you, 1 week. You even used to last 1 week. Some days in the business self, you're already complaining. Ambassador, I've been trying to build my team. I don't know what's happening. Are you a good steward? Are you a good steward? If you have any doubts, you can't move forward in your business. You have to believe it to achieve it. And therefore, you are persistent in making it happen. How you know somebody that believes the business is how persistent they are. It's how they are pushing. In their conversation, they are talking to you, they are telling you, okay, this is really not working. Now, what do I need to do? Not that they are complaining and whining. They're complaining and whining every time. Then number 6, a good steward is obedient. A good steward is what? Obedient. Look at David. That's why he was the man after God's heart. the way God loves David, the way God loves David. You know, how many of you, I know this is not a good question to ask parents, but some of you have your favorite child. You have your favorite child. You can't control it. Even if you try to pretend, you can't pretend. But you know you have your favorite. It's not a good thing. No child of yours should tell whether you like this one more or the other one more. But you know your favorite child. Please, mothers in the house and fathers in the house. Am I lying? You may not be able to say it to them, oh. You may not be able to say it, but somehow people around, they know. Leave this one. This one is daddy's apple. I beg. All of them, they already know. You can't pretend. You try to pretend. You love your daughter so much. You love this daughter so much. You can't pretend. Or this your son so much. You're trying. It's not a good thing, no. But you can't. It's you're trying to love them all equally, because that's what a father should try and do. But it's not possible. There's one that knows how he looks at daddy, and he just does you something that when other ones come and say, daddy, please, I need blah, blah, blah. Please, go and talk to your mother. But there's one that when he comes or when she comes, you're like, I don't have this money, but I can't say no. You're trying to say no, but you can't say no. David was after God's heart. God loved him like God could not pretend when it came to David. He could not. He couldn't. He couldn't. There's a way you would do the father's business that God cannot help but be blessing you more. Like he can't pretend. He can't hold himself. He can't hold himself. He can't. Even if he's trying to pretend, oh, he's supposed to love everybody. He can't. He has to defy all odds for your blessing. He can't pretend. He doesn't do as he pleases. He delights in following instructions. He's all about his father's business. When I learned these things yesterday, trust me, as I'm doing this training, I'm still training myself. So it's not that I'm coming to train my team. I'm coming to train us. I'm coming to train us. I'm coming to train us. I'm coming to change our mind, our mindset. So that when you continue to play at the level where you're at, you continue to get the same results. There are spiritual principles, that things that eyes cannot see. I'm telling you guys for free. Number 7, apply structure. God wants everything to be done peacefully and in order. So when we talk about structure, why are we so particular about structure? This is the reason. This is the reason. Put your house in order. Put structures in place. That's what helps you put your house in. That's what makes your house in order. When there's structure, when there's hierarchy, it's not anybody, anything goes. Look at places where anything goes, no result. Look at Nigeria, compare it with other places where they're struggling. Why do you think people are traveling out? Why do you think people are leaving this country? Look at the current president. Why did he leave Nigeria to go and take care of himself? Why is he not in Nigeria? Because there's no structure. What is the health structure like? What is it like? The former president, when he was also sick, where did he go to? Pia, left Nigeria. All of them, whenever they are sick, where did they go to? Not in Nigeria. Where things are anyhow, anything goes. Look at Nigeria. That's why people who travel, just travel out one time. When they come back to Nigeria, they're angry. I remember the first time I traveled out and I came back, oh my God, I was just squeezing face. When we got to the airport in the Philippines, because that was my first trip. When we got to the airport in the Philippines, all of them were just saying, hey, ma'am, trying to help, being so nice. The guys in the Philippines, they're so nice. They are so nice. What's it called again? These carts for carrying your luggages and everything. Free. As soon as we came back to Nigeria, they're already charging us, madam, 400 naira. Hey, madam, anything for the boys, anything. And then in the Philippines, we're doing everything for free. Happy to do it, smiling through it all. When there's a structure, everybody's happy because there'll be more money. Everyone is happy because there's more results. God wants anywhere and things are scattered. That's not where that's not what God wants. Then number 8, a good steward is responsible. A good steward is responsible. Let's break this down. A good steward does not eat his seed. A good steward does not eat his seed. You make money, you carry all the money, you go and eat it. Can I ask a question? For those of you that have tried farming, my mom, I like to call my mom a farmer. Like, she loves, anywhere we move to, she must plant things, plant trees. Like, we have a lot of trees in my house today. To I said to what's the name again? We have cashew, we have orange. That's how my mom is. Anywhere we go to, we must have, even if the place is a bare land, my mom must plant trees, flowers everywhere. So let me ask the farmers in the house. So I've farmed as well. I've done cassava too. I've done maize. So those days, whenever we harvest eventually, as a farmer, do you, when it's time for planting, when you harvest everything, do you eat everything? Please, those of you that farm, do you eat everything? Why don't you eat everything? Why? Why not? Why don't you eat everything? You live for the next planting season. That's why. You're responsible. You don't eat your seed. You don't eat you don't eat everything. What's her name again? Laura, please, immediately, please. You don't eat your seed. It's not everything. You can put it off. Okay. Number 2, a good steward manages the resources given to the best of his ability. That is what a good steward does. To the best of his ability. Anything they give you, you manage it. Because like I said earlier, you're seeing this as your own business as well. That is what you're doing. You're seeing this as your own business as well. He's not extravagant. He's not spending anyhow. He's not. It's sad that when a poor person just touches small money, it's just how they'll spend everything. Loud spending, loud spending. It's sad. It's just sad. That's why you see some people, they make some money, they finish everything, they can't reinvest into their business for the next month. He reinvests back into his business. Look at people that tend to cattle or sheep and everything. They don't eat everything. They eat some, sell some, and leave for some again to continue mating. That's what they do. Okay, thank you. That's what they do, to continue mating and bury more kids. But no, in your own case, you eat everything. I wonder why you're not making money. You wonder why your business does not want to continue to yield. He thinks long-term. He's not short-term minded. That's a good steward for you. He's long-term. He's seeing how old my decisions today, how are they affecting me now and affecting the future of the business? That is a good steward. They're not thinking short-term. They are not. Number 9, high level of integrity. High level of integrity. There's this thing I saw while I was researching this, building this training and all that. I saw something in the Quran and I loved it so much. Please, Muslims, so if I got it wrong, please correct me, but I saw it online and I loved it so much, and it was perfect for my teaching about integrity. It was perfect for my teaching about integrity. So he said, the prophet passed by a pile of food in the market. He put his hand inside it and felt dampness. It's like wetness, okay? Although the surface was dry, he said, "O owner of the food, what is this?" The man said, "It was damaged by the rain, O messenger of God." He said, "Why did you put the rain-damaged food? Why did you not put the rain-damaged food on top so that people could see it? Whoever cheats us is not one of us." When I saw this, I was so, as in, it was just a perfect example or what explains integrity for me. How are you treating? If as a good steward, you have high level of integrity, have the highest level of integrity. You don't lie about what your business can offer. You don't lie about it. You lie about it to use it as a bait to get people in. Then when people come into the business, so what's up? Oh, you think they're stupid. You think they will stay. You tell people the truth. You tell people the truth. This is what the business can do for you. This is what it can do for you. This is what it can do. Don't exaggerate anything. Don't say you bought 10 cars. Meanwhile, you bought only 2, or you bought 1, or you've not even bought anything. Don't say through the business you are now a multi-billionaire. Meanwhile, you're a millionaire. You've not even started making millions. Don't lie. I have a high level of integrity. Because I've told you, people don't join people. They join. Sorry, people don't join the business. They join people. So God needs to be sure that this person my people are going to be joining. Is this person worthy to lead them? You must have high level of integrity. High level. Are you the type of person that people will come into your business and you eat their code? God would rather dash your blessing to a mad person than give you that blessing. Oh, you want that person to join your team, so you use up their destiny. Ask leaders that have eaten codes, where is their business today? Ask the leaders. No, call a leader that used to be making money and they started eating codes. Sit the person down, do the interview for the person. Where is your business now? Nothing, nothing, nothing. Like I said before, if you fight God, if you fight man will fight for you. All you need to do is just look for someone that has higher authority. Look for someone there's one time that there's one man that was in Mrs. Gloria's team. He's like one of the top officials in police and all that. So whenever a policeman stops me, and I know that I'm not wrong, if I'm wrong, I'll beg. I'll just say, I'm sorry, I didn't really see the traffic light, blah, blah, blah. But you know how sometimes policemen will just be doing anyhow, blah, 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 blah. So they'll stop me. You know me, because I know man, I know a higher man. What will I do? I'll just call the man. Hello, Mr. Please, your people are stopping me. I don't know what is happening. You just tell them, give them the phone. You just speak English. I am the blah, 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 blah. Please let her go. That's why I say this business, the people you know, treat them well, because it's not just about, oh, let's match. Treat your teammates well, because some people, they may not be ambassador in this business, but they are big men in their own, in what they are doing. So once I call him, I've called him like 3 times. Once I call him, you say, my ambassador. I'll just tell him, please talk to your people. They've stopped me again. He'll just talk to them. I am they'll just tell me, they'll just look at me with anger, because they know that the money that they have made, they will not make it again. I'll just pass. So when you fight man, Shebi, all you need to do is just make sure you have connection in higher places. But when you fight God, please, where is the higher connection? Is it angels you want to beg? Is it me that will fight for you? Me that will jackpot before you even look my way? I've gone. Hey, God of mercy. So please, there are principles that govern the world. There are principles that, and like I said before, there are things that affect your business that you cannot see. There are things that is not prospect. You can see prospect, you can see this one, you can see the money you're using to make calls, you can see all this, but there are principles that govern the world that we cannot see. You go against them, you go against the results you want to the business. You go against them, you are fighting your business. You are fighting the result that you want. In your heart, you want to succeed. But the things you are doing are opposite of what will give you the results. And like I said earlier, sometimes there are things you cannot see. And that is the sad part. That is the scary part. That is why when I do my business, there's sometimes when my teammates will call me, my ambassador, I want you to help me with this. I want to help me with this. Honestly, I don't feel like it. I honestly, I'll rather put my phone on airplane mode, and let the person not be able to reach me so that I can rest. But guess what? Because I'm scared about some principles. There's some things I'm scared about. I'm like, no, even if I don't feel like it. So what will happen to a good steward? He will receive praises. If you know the parable of the talents, the people that multiplied the talents, they receive praises. The way that the master praised them. More will be given to you. More. I love how my son handled this. You know what? Since you can handle 1 million, take 2 million. Let's do 2 million. Let's see how you handle 2 million. More will be given to you. You'll be put in charge of greater things in higher positions. They are calling you everywhere. Please come and talk to our team. Please come and talk to our team. Please, please. Oh my God, just seeing you inspires me. Just seeing you inspires me. Oh my God, oh my God. You've been put in charge of greater things. Your team is growing. God has seen that, oh, you can manage 100. You know what? Take 1,000. Manage a team of 1,000. Oh, I love the way you're managing 1,000. You know what? Manage 20,000. Try 20,000. I can entrust 20,000 in your hands. I've seen your heart. I've seen the way you've been managing 1,000. I've seen the way you manage 1,000. I've seen the way you've been managing your team. You know what? I know you can do 20,000. Take 20,000 and manage. It is God that blesses, not man, not you. No, not even your hard work. If you like, work from morning till night. That was why I told you guys that there are some people that work harder than I do, but they don't make as much as I make. I'm not the one that blesses. It's God that blesses because he sees the intentions. He sees things that the ordinary eye cannot see. But Ambassador, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. Let God be the judge of that, not me. And bless you according to how you are doing your best. I'm not the one that blesses. Do you understand? I'm not the one that knows your you know, the times when you're eating people's codes. I may not say, Ambassador, I'm doing everything. No, my leaders are happy with me. Meanwhile, you're calling your leaders behind. Why do you call Ambassador to complain about codes? Why do you call Ambassador? If you call Ambassador, I will not work with you again. I will not work with you again. And you want God to continue blessing you. That business is dead. It's gone. You will be put in charge of greater things in higher positions. If you're a good steward, you will share in the master's happiness. The ones that multiplied, he told them what? That you're going to share in the master's happiness. And you know what that means? If Dangote says, you will share in my happiness, please, can someone tell me what that means? If Dangote says to you, you will share in my happiness, what does that mean? Please, people should answer me. Oh, my people are not answering me today. What does it mean? What does it mean? Someone said, no more lack. Oh God, good life galore. If he says you will share in my happiness. Otilo, please, what's Otilo again? I know I used to hear Otilo. I think Otilo means something good. What's Otilo again? What's Otilo? What's Otilo? People should tell me now. What's Otilo? Otilo. You don't be like you don't go, like you're good to go. You're good to go. He's telling you, share my happiness. What makes me happy will now make you happy. Forget about it. Forget about it. You're good to go. You're good. You will not be broke again. Being broke, you will not smell it. You will share my happiness. It means that he's willing to open up his networks to you. He's willing to send you to places that he will not be sending ordinary people. But what will happen to a bad steward? The parable of the talent told us so. What will happen to a bad steward? The parable of the talent has already told us what it is. I didn't need to start thinking about it. You'll be held accountable. You'll be held, every single person. You'll be held accountable. You cannot run from it. It's not possible. You can't run from it. You can't run from it. You'll be seen as wicked, worthless, and lazy. I said, when I read that parable of the talent, I was like, what did this man do? They gave him one. He hid it. He did not waste it. He hid it. What did he do that he deserve all these things? But if you have spiritual eyes, if you understand the parable very well, you will not need an explanation. The little you have will be taken and it will be severe, and you'll be severely punished. The way they'll punish you like a thief, as if you stole something. The talent that was given to him, he did not steal anything. No. He gave it back to him exactly as it is. You know the funny thing, that third servant is a basic example of what will happen when you are too afraid to take risks. You're too afraid. You may not lose anything, no, but you also not gain anything. When I say not lose anything, of course, the punishments, you will still get it. But when I say lose anything, I mean, he didn't lose the talent. It was one. He did not bring back to the master half a talent. He didn't bring half. He didn't bring a quarter. He brought the full 1 talent that he was given. Right? So he didn't gain anything. So people that are too afraid to risk anything will not get anything. A bad steward, your excuse will be overlooked. They asked him, you know the funny thing, you'll still be asked, why? But that does not mean that the punishment will not be meted. You still receive the punishment. They asked him, why? But why? They're calling him wicked and lazy and everything. Why? What happened? He said, oh, that somebody, that the master, that he knows that the master likes to sow where he did not reap is this and that and that and that. So he's afraid, because he was afraid and what will happen to him if that thing he was afraid of still happened to him. So it means that your excuse will be overlooked. Whatever it is that you use as your excuse. Ambassador, you know, this coming early to your office. I say, I don't know about this full time, or coming very early in the office so to do this thing. Yeah, I don't know if I can do it though. I don't know. It's, you know, I'm the only child, and then I'm the one that takes care of, I'm the one that blah, 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 blah. The excuse will not be overlooked. Ambassador, you may not understand. The reason that I could not blah, 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 blah. He had a good reason. The man had a good reason. I don't want to waste it. I want to preserve it so that nothing, I don't want to invest in something will happen. I don't want to lose your money because I know you're a very wicked master. If something happens now, you would destroy me. Your excuse will be overlooked. Opportunity will be lost forever. That was a singular opportunity for him to wine and dine. He had been seen as a servant. Oh, they've been seeing him as a servant. Servant. But it was finally his opportunity to be known, to be seen, to dine with the master, to share in the master's happiness. But he lost that opportunity forever. Forever. A bad steward is so bad that they are too scared to do much. And you know the funny thing, that last man, just like the master said, that if you had any regard at all, you would have put this money somewhere where it would be yielding interest, but he did not think about it though. People that are bad stewards, they can't even think creatively. The only thing they're thinking is how they will not lose, They just want to play safe. They're not thinking about themselves. They play it safe and still lose it all. Just as applicable, today, as it is thousands of years ago. This parable explains the role of opportunity, hard work, and accountability in our everyday life. Opportunities are usually disguised as hard work. That is why most people never recognize them. Good things, good opportunity, everything. That's why a mother, before you see your beautiful baby, you have to go through those 9 months, the stress, the morning sickness, the nausea, everything you have to go through. And eventually, 9 months, after 9 months of rigorous, what women go through, it's crazy. And eventually the baby comes. So every good thing comes disguised as hard work. And that is why most people never recognize them. And I'm going to close with this, okay? It's from Matthew. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate the people, one from another, as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. Goats don't suffer for Bible, or goats, they don't suffer. He will put the sheep on the right, and the goats on his left. Then the king will say to those on the right, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world." Are you a good steward of all that you have? You can apply this to so many things. It's not just our business, everything that you have. As a steward, it must not just be, your talent and everything. Even as a man who has kids, who has a wife, or as a wife has a husband, who has kids, how are you handling things at home? Are you a good steward of all that you have? Don't be the reason you lose it. Don't be the reason you can't be given, more cannot be given to you. Don't be the reason you are still operating at the level you're making 100K. Don't be the reason you remain at that level. Do not be the reason you don't share in the master's happiness. Don't be the reason. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope I've not confused you, but I've been able to convince you that you have to be a good steward. I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that the only reason why you're going to get more given to you, like poke the heart, make God just see you, bless you. Like he has no, like he'll even be trying to hold himself back so that people will not say he's over blessing you. He's trying to hold it, but he can't help it. He can't help it. He can't help it. Like he wants to bless you. He's trying to give you one, but he can't help it but give you two. He's trying to give you one, but he can't help it. He's giving everybody one. You reach your own turn, he give you two. He reached your own turn, he gave you more. You know how people used to say, he reached my own turn, then something bad now happened. No, he's giving everybody one. When you reach your own turn, he gave you more. Don't be the reason you're not getting results. Don't be the reason. Please, I beg of you. Don't be the reason you're not getting results. Don't be the reason. Please, at the end of today's training, there was something I wanted us to do, which was to pray. One of the things I wanted to do was to pray that God, all of you, pray. Let's pray together that God speaks through me, not just speaks through me, but also opens up your eyes. But I believe that God did that already because I prayed before, handling this training. But I want to ask you that after this training, please, after this training, just pray. After this training, just pray. Thank God that God is a forgiving God and is ready to give as many chances as possible. Things are not spoiled yet. Just pray. Just pray. Ask God for forgiveness, because the truth is He will forgive you. Ask God for forgiveness. He will forgive you. He'll forgive you. Ask for forgiveness for the mistakes you have made. You've eaten code. Go and apologize to the person. Don't just say, God, please forgive me. Apologize to the person you ate their code. Apologize first. You've not been a good leader to your team. Begin to retrace your step immediately. You've not been handling your business. I don't want to say your business because it's not your business. You've not been handling God's business. You've not been handling God's business, God's mission. The treasures He has given you, you'll be handling. Just ask Him for forgiveness. And begin to handle things better. Someone said, Pastor Didi, I know be pastor. When it comes to the Bible, I'm an amateur, like a total amateur in the Bible. But I'm grateful to God for the relationship that we have. I'm just really grateful for the relationship that we have. Please, I beg of you, ask Him for forgiveness and begin to retrace your step. See this business, see yourself as a custodian of this business. See this as a business. See that every time you are not taking responsibility, that you're not being a good steward. See it as every time you are playing with everything that concerns this business, that you are playing with what the blessings you want God to bless you through this business. You can't want God to bless you through this business and you're playing with it. Thank you, everybody. I hope I've been able to, bring some value your way as well. I begin to act on these things, and trust me. This training is beyond, I'm a responsible leader. I'm always there for my team. No, it's beyond that. There's more to this training than eyes can see. That is why I'm asking you